What the hell y'all doing on my land? Get off of my property!
Easy, old man. The name's Ed Dillinger. He was Marshal Ed Dillinger, and I'm on my way to Fort Baker. Now, me and my prisoner have been riding for some time now, and we'd be much obliged if you'd part with some fresh water for ourselves and for the horse.
Is that nigger boy I see behind you?
Who you calling boy, old man?
Shut up. It sure is, Mr.
Williamson. Lee Thomas Williamson.
Well, Mr. Williamson, this poor nigger devil here is my prisoner, and I'm taking his sorry ass to Fort Baker.
I don't like niggers.
Well, I don't like him neither.
Well, Marshal, you better come inside. I've even got some fine whiskey you might care for, but the Negro stays outside.
Well, I'm very much obliged, sir, but I can't leave poor devil darky Eli here alone with the horse. I do pray you understand like perfect gentlemen.
I ain't no gentleman, Marshal. No goddamn Negroes in my house.
Mister, I must insist, and if need be, use the authority given to me by the United States government. The prisoner cannot be out of my sight. If need be, I can pay for the trouble of uncomfortable circumstances. Oh.
Hold it right where you are, Marshal!
Come on, Mr. Williamson, you won't shoot a man of your own race.
I've done it before.
Well, maybe when war was being waged, but that's all over now. We've all made peace.
I ain't made no peace with no goddamn Negroes.
If you shoot this man, I'm afraid I'll have to shoot back.
Be my guest.
Well, fortunately for you, I've killed enough during the war.
All right, Marshal. You better come inside. So, Marshal, this nigger boy here a wanted man?
Sure is, Mr. Williamson. Eli Barnwell here. Was a laborer off the Central Pacific Railroad. 2 weeks ago, he killed his foreman with a shovel and escaped the authorities. He then stole a horse from a farmer outside of Cisco, and he made his way to Northern California. And that's where the sheriff sent out a notice of a $250 reward. I caught Mr. Eli 2 days ago, and I'm escorting him to Fort Baker, where he will receive a fair trial.
I only know one way to deal with a nigger gone bad. That's a rope around his neck or a ball of lead in his chest.
It's the Lord's job to judge man, Mr. Williamson. But how about yourself instead? You're from the South, aren't you?
That's none of your goddamn business.
I can hear the Mississippi River rolling over your town. The company that you served with during the war.
43rd Mississippi.
20th Michigan. Wait a minute. 43rd Mississippi. You served in Vicksburg, didn't you?
Like I said, that's none of your goddamn business.
Come on, Mr. Williamson. What's better than two old vets trading their old war tales over this fine bourbon of yours?
Well, Marshal, seeing you're so willing to reminisce and all, let me tell you something. I licked those Yankee sons of bitches good with that 16-shooter of mine.
Wait a minute, you had a Henry rifle back in '63?
Sure did. She's a beauty, ain't she? You can load that son of a bitch on the day of the Lord and keep shooting till next Sunday. And let me tell you something else, Marshal. I'm a pretty damn good shot, too.
But y'all Johnny Rebs lose the war.
What you say, nigga?
You heard me. I said you lose Vicksburg, you lose Gettysburg, and you lose Nashville. Now, you might have had the best rifle ever made and been the best shot in that goddamn posse of yours. Or maybe you ain't, white boy. Only thing I see is you ain't no master no more.
Kill you, you son of a bitch!
Don't overreact, Mr. Williamson. I need this man alive.
Get out of the way! You're fast, Marshal.
Why did you take off, Mr. Williamson?
Ain't this the land of the free, Marshal?
Don't lecture me on freedom, Mr. Williamson. After all, it's you that once enslaved your fellow man.
Ain't that sweet? The man who burned my land, invaded my country, took away my rights, thinks he can talk to me about freedom? The same man who made me run like a coward from everything I hold dear, just to bring a goddamn murdering Negro into my house.
It's a free black man that stood in front of you, Johnny Rab.
You're lucky I'm done killing white folks. Don't talk to me about slavery, Marshal. Don't talk to me about things you don't understand. Our granddaddies owned slaves as their granddaddies before them, and down the line until we came along. It's just the way things were down in Dixie.
I've been down south, Mr. Williamson, and I fought in the war. I've never been on a plantation, but I sure read plenty about it. You Johnny Rabs tortured and chained black men and women like they were worth less than animals.
Horse shit. That's all northern propaganda. Look, just humor me for a moment, will you, Marshal? Imagine a plantation like a ranch. You got 24 horses, you whip them hard, they'll just kick down the stable door and take off. Maybe you weren't aware, Marshal, but in some parts of the South there were more black men than white. It was like leading a wolf by the ear. I don't ask you to understand, Marshal. You ain't Dixie's son. Slaving ain't in your blood, but it's in our blood. And you took it, just like everything else.
A necessary evil in order to preserve the spirit of freedom that our founding fathers fought for.
Jefferson was a slaver, Marshal. And you know damn well that nobody fought to keep their slaves. We Southerners were defending our homes from Northern aggression.
And we Northerners took it upon ourselves to end the outdated ways of Southern society, of which a keystone were your slaving ways.
You think our Southern boys owned slaves? You think they had money for that?
So why fight then?
I should ask you the same question. Nobody had it figured out. We fought because we had to.
You're avoiding the question, Mr. Williamson. You know damn well you fought to keep your slaves.
Well, I had no slaves at the time war broke out. I freed my slaves 2 years prior to the war.
Why?
My wife. What else could it be? Hair black as coal, eyes blue as sky. An angel, fallen from Philadelphia to Claiborne County, Mississippi. You see, for me, the black man was just an inferior type of human and needed to be managed for his own safety. Well, my wife, she taught me to think differently. She taught me to trust the black man.
And then what?
And then war came. It was like being trapped in hell. We barricaded ourselves in with enough guns and ammunition to blow up the whole state twice. Only enough goddamn food for 10 days. We just wanted to defend our homes, but circumstances decided otherwise. It was the longest 48 days of my life. Disease, malaria, madness. And then you Billy Yank built a tunnel and filled it full of gunpowder and boom. More than we could handle. 3 days later, we surrendered. I hadn't seen my wife or my son John since '61. After my hospital release, I saddled my horse, mustered all my strength, and I rode like the wind toward my family. Voice of my wife, smile of my son John, wind blowing over the cotton fields. I had to go home. They raped her before hanging her. 21 men. The biggest fear of Dixie's men had happened while I was at the war. Hundreds of slaves from 21 plantations rebelled as the Northern Army approached. We left her hanging there. Face smashed in, fingers broken. Couldn't find my son. John in the house. Maybe he run. Maybe he hide it. We used to play hide and seek before the war. John always used to hide in the same place, in the barn. I used to fake it, pretending I never knew where he was. He was laughing. They burned that barn to the ground. I trusted the colored man. I shouldn't have done that. Like I said, the only way to deal with a Negro is steel on his wrist or lead in his chest.
I understand your pain, Mr. Williamson. You ain't the law. You can't charge all black folks for a crime they did not commit.
Leigh Williamson, you son of a bitch.
Come out here if you think you can kill this old man! Damn! Damn you, Dillinger!
Lock us in! You ain't no bastard no more! Let the man down, Mr. Williamson.
I ain't doing that, Marshal. This is the way we do things down in Dixie.
This ain't Dixie, Mr. Williamson.
You killed a white man, Mr. Barnwell. You'll have to answer for your crimes.
You done killed a lot of folks, white and black. And you gonna answer for yours?
I am the law. The government has put its trust in my judgment. And you are a fugitive of the law.
I'm the one who's never been free. And the one who's ready to fight for it.
Here's your reward, Mr. Williamson.
Damn you, Marshal. You better hope that I die here. You hear me? Damn you, Dillinger! You better hope that I die here!